Royal Champion charges are undoubtedly the best starter for any strategy, so let's share her best equipment, perfect invisibility timings, as this is your only guide to using the Royal Champion charge for any strategy. Before you start using the Royal Champion charge, there is a crucial first step you need to understand. This will help you both choose the best army and equipment needed for your Royal Champion charge. You have the choice between either a short Royal Champion charge or a long Royal Champion charge. These are used in vastly different ways, from using most to all of your spells and an active ability for your Royal Champion to clear a huge area off the base, or using a few spells with or without an active ability for your Royal Champion to clear a smaller section of the base. Long Royal Champion charges tend to work best in attacks with troops that target anything, like the dragon, or when relying on other hero abilities, such as in a No Warden Mass Rocket Loon attack. In these attacks, you're always using an active ability, either early on or near the core, to secure value before or during the charge. You can also choose between a Rage or Revive spell. A Rage spell boosts her damage during the charge, while the Revive spell lets the Royal Champion return to clear back-end defenses. As for short Royal Champion charges, they are great for attacks with defensive targeting troops like the Root Rider, or for setting up funneling for hero dives or troops like the Super Yeti. You can either use her active ability early or just entirely skip it during the charge. Usually, using it early helps speed up the charge while creating value and pathing for your main push, setting up a clear funnel. Typically, it's best to bring a recall spell here, since the Royal Champion plays a critical role in the main army, with the Electro Aura and with any other abilities that might help shut down traps and key defenses with your main push. Now, the Royal Champion charge cannot happen if you do not have a way to build her, so let's first focus on her own level. While having a maxed out Royal Champion is great, you don't necessarily need the Royal Champion maxed out to start using this charge. Having the Royal Champion between level 15 and level 45 tends to be ideal depending on your town hall level, as she will have more than enough DPS to clear defenses alongside her passive equipment. Speaking of which, you should mainly use the Electro Boots for its nice passive DPS, self-healing, and HP increase. This overall covers her needs of extra damage and sustainability all in one equipment. Contrary to popular belief, you do not need this equipment maxed out to start using the Royal Champion charges, as it holds a minimum level of level 15 before you can start using it within the Royal Champion charge. Upgrading it will increase the damage and have things go slightly quicker, but getting it to level 15 is a good stopping point if you need to upgrade other equipment. Now, let's talk about the Royal Champion's other equipment options during a charge. Two stand out no matter the type of charge: the Haste Vial and the Rocket Spear. The Haste Vial is incredibly strong, perfect for speeding up value at the start or deep in the core. It's also a common equipment, making it more accessible for Town Hall 15 and above players, while also having a minimum of level 15 as a good starting point. The Rocket Spear also fits well in RC charges thanks to the high damage, multiple spears, and passive DPS boost that it gives. It's great for sniping defenses early on or sending damage from the core at a distance. Since this is an epic, however, it may take longer to level, but anywhere between level 9 and level 18 is a solid place to start. Hog Puppets are also another option, though they're typically not used during the charge, as they will shine later in the attack, especially with Super Hogs, Root Riders, or Miners. If you have access to pets, your Royal Champion should never go without one. Her best option is easily the Spirit Fox, as its periodic invisibility pairs perfectly with the invisibility spells and strengthens the charge. For longer Royal Champion charges, the Phoenix is also a solid choice, extending her value a little bit longer after she goes down, though it may require you to chain invisibility spells. If you don't have either, the Unicorn is a reliable fallback, as its healing is consistently useful, and unlike Diggy or Lassie, it won't run ahead of the Royal Champion. Throughout the video, we've built up the fundamentals of the Royal Champion charge, and now it all comes down to timing. If you're using the Spirit Fox, there are two main timing strategies. One is to alternate between invisibility spells and the Fox's passive invisibility. Since the spell lasts for 4.5 seconds, and the Fox's invisibility lasts for 4 seconds with a 6-second cooldown, you can cycle spells every 10 seconds to stay mostly invisible. Just note, defenses may target the Royal Champion for 1 to 2 seconds after using an invisibility spell. This is usually survivable, but if your Spirit Fox does get taken out, you'll need to cast invisibility spells every 4 seconds to keep your Royal Champion alive. Alternatively, you can cast invisibility spells at the 7 and 3 second intervals, basically every 4 seconds. While it might seem like the Spirit Fox isn't doing much, this actually helps keep it alive longer than the 10-second cycle. This method lets you sync the Fox's invisibility more reliably and squeeze out more value from the charge. There is also a back-to-back spell timing, which works great with the Phoenix or if you're below Town Hall 16. In this case, you can cast the invisibility spells every 4 seconds or just before the ring expires to keep the Royal Champion invisible as she moves between defenses. Now, these timing strategies are very crucial, but traps and baits can still disrupt your charge. Areas of giant bombs can separate the Royal Champion from the Spirit Fox early, and threats like the Giga Bomb, Poison Bomb, or Invisibility Spell Tower can make your charges a nightmare. So, to counter Invisibility Spell Towers, you've got options. One method is using a skeleton spell paired with an invisibility spell to trigger the tower early, letting you clear the compartment more reliably with the Royal Champion. However, a simpler option is the Ice Block spell. It freezes the Royal Champion in place and activates the spell tower since she's in the proximity, while still taking reduced damage from the spell, allowing her to push through without losing momentum. The same applies when facing the Giant Bomb baits, the Giga Bomb, or Poison Bomb. The Ice Block spell's damage reduction helps protect both the Royal Champion and her pet, letting them both survive the burst and keep moving. This gives you plenty of time to finish the charge and secure the value you need. With a full understanding of the Royal Champion charge, let's give you a few armies that work in tandem with it. Two of the strongest armies that currently use the Royal Champion charge are the Root Rider Smash and Mass Dragon. Each of these options are insanely strong, as one uses a short Royal Champion charge to funnel, and the other uses a long Royal Champion charge to clear huge value off the base. However, there are other options if you're tired of using dragons or root riders. You can also use Super Hogs, as they do benefit from the short Royal Champion charge to funnel your heroes so they can get additional value for the Super Hogs so they can easily move around the base more consistently. If you are without your Warden, using a long Royal Champion charge can work within a mass Rocket Loon army to clear a huge area of the base while allowing your heroes and Rocket Loons to score big value as they move through the rest. There are just too many strategies that can utilize the Royal Champion charge to mention here, but if you need a consistent way to funnel or clear a lot of defenses off the base, this is by far the best way to do it. So, the Royal Champion Charge is clearly an expansive option with plenty of equipment, pets, and armies to use in addition to different ways to keep your Royal Champion alive. Be sure to share any tips I might have missed down in the comments, and if you like some easy armies that are consisting of the Royal Champion Charge, consider checking out this video where I go over the easiest attack strategies for every Town Hall level.